Thinking of how convenient is it to pay for services or goods by money nowadays? Well, it may take a bit of imagination for how a transaction was done in the ancient time. Before money was invented, people in the ancient time traded by barter exchange, which is simply trading one good for another. The first trace of barter transaction dated back to 6000 BC by the tribes in Mesopotamia. Then, by the 9th century BC, the Phoenicians were building up their trading empire around the Mediterranean Sea with the barter exchange. They were trading wood, textile, glass for copper, silver, gold, ivory, and amber. The imported materials were used for producing jewelries and other art objects, which could then be further exported to other countries. However, there is a big problem with bartering, which is called double coincidence of wants. Let's say you have a bunch of bananas and you would like to trade for a pair of shoes. It is not enough to find someone who has a pair of shoes. Instead, first you have to find someone who has a pair of shoes, and then the second is that the person also should be willing to trade shoes for bananas. So, overall, the matching process is always the difficult part. The invention of money solves this problem by simplifying the matching process. As long as you are able to find someone who can trade money for bananas, you can use that money received further to trade for shoes. To address the need for trading, coins were invented as the first form of money. The earliest form of coins is believed to be invented in China, made by cowrie shells in 2000 BC. It is an intelligent solution because cowrie shells could only be collected in the far south of China, and only kings would afford to collect and transport them for a long distance to the northern part of China. The natural shells were very difficult to counterfeit as well. Then, in around 600 BC, the kingdom of Lydia invented the first standardized coin made by a mix of gold and silver. It also featured a lion with a sunburst. This concept of imprinting an official image onto a coin is still applicable to the coins we are using today. While coins are able to facilitate trading activities, they would be extremely heavy and inconvenient to be carried for a long distance by merchants. It would also be difficult and time consuming to count the number of coins if the transaction amount is so large. Therefore, in the Tang dynasty of China, which was around 700 CE, the merchants started putting their coins to some trusted agents. These agents would issue a note to the merchants to record how much money have been deposited, and these merchants could redeem the coins with the note at a later time. Then, in the Song dynasty, which was around 1100 CE, the government decided to take direct control of the early monetary system and issued the world's first government produced paper money.
Fast forwarding to the 20th century, the next disruption was the invention of credit card. The first bank-issued charge card was named Charge-It. It was launched by a Brooklyn banker named John Biggins in 1946. Any transaction made by using the Charge-It card was forwarded to Biggins Bank, and the bank would reimburse the merchant and obtain payments from the customers. The idea of credit card was gaining further popularity with the introduction of Diners Club Card in 1950. It was a story about a businessman called Frank McNamara. He forgot to bring his wallet when having a dinner at Major's Cabin Grill in New York City. It caused him an embarrassment that he might never go back to that restaurant again. Instead, he came back with his business partner a few months later with a proposal of business idea of Diners Club Card. In the first year of business, Diners Club already grew to 10,000 members, mostly businessmen in the New York City, with 28 restaurants and 2 hotels accepting the monthly billing for the members. With an incremental innovation on the credit cards, it has been an increasing level of security thanks to the development of information technology. Instead of relying on a magnetic strip back in the 1960s, credit cards with visible smart chips become the standard nowadays. With the communication and information encrypted, the information in your credit card cannot be cloned for fraudulent purposes, providing an increasing level of security. In addition, the concept of e-wallet is gaining more and more traction. In China, The popularity of WeChat Pay and Alipay is a good example of e-wallet. By putting in money into online accounts and install the app in your mobile phone, you can pay for anything anywhere in China. Looking ahead, the cryptocurrency is expected to be the next disruption. The first modern cryptocurrency, known as Bitcoin, was introduced in 2009 by Satoshi Nakamoto, a pseudonymous person or group. Over the past decade, it has been gaining popularity, and there are more and more well-known companies accepting Bitcoins for payments. In 2021, the market capitalization of Bitcoin is worth approximately $700 billion. Based on the types of innovation by Abernethy and Clark, cryptocurrency can be considered as an architectural innovation. Behind cryptocurrency, it requires the blockchain technology, which is entirely new from a technological standpoint. Moreover, it impacts the financial system by decentralization and disintermediation, which basically means reducing the importance of the traditional banking system, improving transparency, reducing transaction costs, and increasing efficiency in money transfer. However, to fully unlock the potential of cryptocurrencies, there are also a few issues to be addressed, including the lack of regulations, price volatility, cybersecurity, and environmental impact, and it may still take some time before we can fully adapt this innovation. This is the end of our video. Thank you for watching.